Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you flatter me. You flatter me, Dazaninator. Woo! Well, for those of you who may have missed our podcast last week, or maybe haven't seen our posts on our Facebook page, we, SKL, have started a Kickstarter. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Kickstarter is, it is a kind of like a one of those. There's a lot of them going around now. It's a crowdfunding website where people with who have some sort of cause or idea or business, movie, video game, something, whatever. They need money to fund something, so they make a website on this, not a website, but they make a page on a site like Kickstarter, where people can donate money to their cause. So the way it works is, for us at least, we have different levels of money that you can donate towards us. Now, before I get into different levels and stuff, you might wonder, this money that you guys are talking about, where might it go to? Well, that's a good question. Uh, any money that we would get through this would go directly back into improving the league itself, into improving SKL. Am I right, Blake?
Oh, absolutely. Like that is 100% where it's going for because it's not for us. It's definitely for you guys. So we want to put it towards prizing, put it towards the production, up that a little bit. But number one priority is pretty much prizing for the tournament.
Yes, prizing is important to go towards that minimum $6,000 prize pool, as well as, like you said, stuff like production, stuff to making the stream run smoother. Maybe better cameras, better monitors, better sound equipment, better studio space, whatever, stuff like that, to go towards a better viewing experience for the viewer. So really, everything that you would do that this money would go towards goes back into the league and is completely for making a better experience for both you, the viewer, and or participant in the league.
Yeah, and that I mean the big thing is if you want to donate, yeah, go ahead. There's lots of backing stuff. If even if you just want to kind of help and volunteer, just kind of get involved, you can definitely get a hold of us. The Kickstarter is more, I guess, a financial thing. So if there's other ways you want to help out, feel free to contact us. But there's a lot of backer stuff, and we've tried to come up with some cool and interesting stuff that we'd want to kind of give a one and only to the people who back for our Kickstarter. So it's definitely try and make some exclusive stuff that no one else is going to get unless you do back us with the Kickstarter. So Kevin, I'll let you introduce some of the smaller ideas, and I'll help you bring in some of the other ideas.
Sorry, so I missed that. What was that, Blake? Sorry, I was typing in
Oh,
Twitch chat.
oh, it's all good. I was just gonna say if you wanted to run over some of the what we actually have for the backers that actually put money towards help donating, what we're gonna give them.
All right. Do we want to maybe do some different ones that we didn't talk about in the podcast last week?
Yeah, you know what? Let's start from the bottom. You give a
Oh,
few, I'll give a
we're gonna
few.
go right from the bottom, eh?
We're gonna start from the bottom until we get here. So
Oh
let's
my
start there,
gosh. Is it hot in the six right now?
dude. Always, always.
All right. So, for our first level of donation is $5.
Woo.
Now, you might think, what could you possibly get for $5? Well, let me tell you, you would get our undying thanks and gratitude, and we will just you can carry that with you for the rest of your life, knowing that we are eternally grateful for you for donating $5 to our cause. That's something that you can never lose. That's always with you.
Yeah, and I mean you'll be on every stream we do. Just see your name there. That's what
Nope,
we have, right?
nope, 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 not for $5.
Oh goodness, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm
Have
getting
you
ahead of
read
myself.
them yet?
I
Have you
did.
even
I
read them
did.
yet?
You're gonna give me crap, but I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I sat down the other day and I'm like, if I don't read this, Kevin will kill me. So I sat down and I read them, and I did enjoy it.
Excellent. So,
Okay, well,
like,
since I just ruined the other one, I'll let you
yeah,
segue into that one.
yeah, we're as we move right up to $10 donation, as Dazaninator just spoiled for you guys.
Classic.
If your donation is $10, we will list your name. Either it be you can choose either real name or a summoner name, or I guess really any other name as long as it's appropriate, to be listed in the credits of every. Is it every stream? Dazaninator, I believe, should be.
Yes.
Yep. So you will get your name listed in uh, every stream, name of your choice. So it'd be good just getting some name recognition out there for you. It's something you'll be able to look at for a long time. Every time to be like, hey, there's my name on the SKL credits. How cool is that?
I mean, I had to work hard to get my name on the credits, so I mean, this is a pretty easy way to get on the credits. And I mean, every time I see it, I'm like, hey, that's me.
Yeah,
I
I
was a
like it
part
to
of
like
this.
even looking at the stream right now, just seeing my name, Big Booty Bodie, underneath the video of me. It's still like, hey, that's me. That's this guy.
Oh, it's over this way. Oh, that way. Mine's right here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a little. All right. You want to do the next level?
You know what? I'm gonna pull this up so I don't, just in case I screw this up again. Because apparently I don't know the actual order of this because I'm a
No,
ding dong.
you don't. Okay, I'll do one more, and then
Okay, I'll let you do this one. This is your favorite one. Let's be
is
real.
it?
This is your
Oh,
favorite
you know
prize.
what? It is my favorite one.
I'll let you take it. I don't
All
want to take
right.
this away from you.
So, you might have heard me talk about this last week if you're listening, but for $25 or more, you will receive an authentic, only available through Kickstarter, SKL mug. Oh my gosh! And you might think, like a mug, that's pretty basic. But it's super cool to me because I collect mugs. If you ever come over to my house and you ask for something to drink, I don't care what you're drinking, you'll be drinking it out of a mug. Um,
Can
because we have,
confirm.
yeah, can confirm. We have so many mugs, lots of really cool ones at my house. But you know what kind of mug I don't have, Blake?
Is it a Blake mug?
Well, no, I don't have a Blake mug, but that's not what I was getting at.
Oh,
I
sorry,
don't
the
have
SKL mug.
I don't have an SKL mug yet.
Oh.
But if we reach our goal of 5.5K for this Kickstarter, I will get an SKL mug. Now, should I read the description for the mug?
I have this feeling that you want to, so I'm gonna let you take it away. You read it. I think it's lovely.
All right, so an SKL mug. For this donation, you receive an authentic SKL mug. You can drink your morning coffee out of it. You can drink your gaming beverage of choice out of it, and you can even drink your own piss out of it if you want to. How cool is that?
Wow.
How cool
I've
is that?
I'm not
If
gonna
you,
lie. I've always wanted to drink my own piss, but I wasn't sure what to put it in. And by that SKL mug, I don't know
yeah,
where to put it.
I know, right? That's I've had that problem more times than I can count. It's like
Yeah, like I,
I
I
just
don't
want
want
to
to
drink
admit
my
it,
piss
but
right now,
I
but
know where
nowhere
it
to
is
put
now.
it. All right, do you want to take the next one?
You know what? I will take away for these next ones.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna get this. If you saw our Facebook post, we're also getting a fantasy LCS league set up here, so I'm gonna get that set up right now too, and I'm gonna throw the
Yes.
link in the chat.
If you are interested, be sure to sign up for
Yes,
that because
there's
we're gonna
only
do it
gonna be
live. There's
go
6 spots because me and
6
Bodie are
spots
gonna be
available.
there.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, sign up. If we have more interest than 6 people, we will kick off another one. We'll do it all live on stream here, but you got to be in here to actually do this.
Yes.
So make sure you are kicking around in here to actually be a part of this. But going forward, while we're making the league here, if you do pledge $50 or more, we have an SKL shirt. Now you may think,
Ooh.
well, Dazaninator, what about the shirt you're wearing right now?
Let's see
No,
that shirt. Let's see that shirt, Blake.
I can't show underneath it. It's just oh you can only see it on stream. This GLHF shirt. We also have our SKL shirt, but I guarantee you this shirt will not be either of these shirts. It is a backer exclusive shirt. I believe we have pictures on the website.
I think,
that you can go check out.
yeah, or
It's
the
not the
Facebook
actual.
page. They're on
And
the
now
Facebook page as well.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's the actual design, but it is a. It's what it will look like. It may vary, but
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
yeah, with 50 bucks plus you get everything below. So I mean, 50 bucks, you're getting a shirt, you're getting that mug, you get your name on the stream. I mean, what more? What more could you ask
Hey,
for?
don't forget our undying thanks.
Oh, and our undying thanks. I mean, I will say your name right before I die. I will call you out on my deathbed. I'll have all your names written down. You will get my end credits as I pass away. I'll get the
Dazaninator's end credit.
we'll put you in my funeral. You will be in my ugoogly, as Derek Zoolander would say.
Could you imagine if, like, when you died, everyone you died, you did get your own end credits of your life? Wouldn't that be cool?
I'd like to thank all these people who are a part of my life
Yeah,
as it just starts scrolling
yeah,
down the screen.
like girlfriend number one played by, girlfriend number two played by, like,
It'd be wonderful. It would be incredible. I'd be super stoked about it.
that's
But
funny. That's funny.
okay, okay. So I mean, the shirt's pretty hype. You got to be pretty hype about it.
It's a good
But
shirt.
this one's got to be my favorite. I mean, for $100, I
Ooh,
don't know if people know. I like to wear things on my head. I have my TSM hat. I got this from Christmas. Mom Zaninator
mm,
was thinking.
Mom
Zaninator
Xanator.
lost his TSM hat. Actually, I have a funny story. So my mom bought me this hat. It's the exact same hat that I lost. And
Wait,
she comes up,
when did you lose your hat?
that's what I want to know. I went to look for it. Couldn't. I haven't been able to find it for forever. So
Interesting.
yeah. So they came up with a new hat for this new season, and my mom comes up and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I couldn't get the gray hat. It looks so much nicer, but they were all sold out. So I bought you this one. I'll get you the next one for your birthday." And I'm like, "Oh, Mom's Xanator,
Oh,
the real MVP."
what a
But
gal. What a
but
gal.
but besides TSM, because I mean, let's be real, not everyone likes TSM as much as I do. But you can get yourself an SKL hat. And we're
Ooh.
talking, ooh. And I mean, it's not any hat. We're talking, they're new era hats.
Oh my gosh.
I believe that's what we decided on. So you know you're getting quality. There's also pictures of what they will look like on our website. You can go check
And
that out.
Facebook page. Yeah.
And our Facebook page. Thank you. You can go check those pictures out. They're really nice. I love wearing hats. I mean, plus you can rep SKL. You're
Yep.
gonna walk around looking like a champ. Think you got your shirt on, your hat on.
Yeah.
No one's gonna screw with you, man.
Carrying your mug, drinking your own piss. Doesn't get any cooler than that.
Holy swag on swag! You're not even gonna know what to do with yourself with this hat. And I mean, I you know what? I feel like I should wear this because I mean not wear this. Sorry, read this. This is
Okay.
important. This is the description that Big Booty himself wrote. SKL hat. For this donation, you will receive an authentic SKL hat. These hats are specifically designed to keep the haters out of your eyes.
Oh, that's important.
Unless you wear your hat backwards, in which case you will keep the haters off of the back of your neck.
Oh man, that's like, I hate when the haters are all up on the back of my neck, you know?
Just lurking on the back of your neck, just trying to know what's up, what's up. Oh wait, what's up? Yes, I have been working out and getting pretty swolly. Sorry, I saw Twitch chat. Someone asked if I'd been working out.
Ooh.
Always. I'm always getting swolly. I can't say your name on Pootie Tang 3. Thank you. Yes, I am getting swolly.
It's fine.
It's whatever. It's Dazzle's discussion. This is my talk show. I'll say what I want. I
I'm
guess.
a rock star.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna give you these next two, and I'm gonna be that jerk that takes the big donations. So,
You jerk.
Kev, why don't you take us away with the next two levels of our Kickstarter rewards?
All right. Our next level is $150. That's not even that much more because the previous level before that is $100. $50 more, that's not much. And let me tell you, for $50 more, you get a great deal. First of all, you will get an SKL mouse pad. Whew. So whenever you're sitting at your computer, you know, either surfing the internet, playing League, playing another game, you know, doing something else on your computer, you can always be reminded of SKL while you're on your computer with your mouse pad. And you might think, oh, you know, just a mouse pad for 150 bucks? Is that really worth it? Well, just you wait, because if you reach the $150 level, you also get all of your items you received previously up to this, because remember, you do get, for each level you get, you also receive everything below it. You will also get everything signed by the SKL caster team. Wow, I'll just give you a moment to take that in. Think about that.
Let's be real. I have only given my autograph once
To
in my
who?
life.
To who?
Dad Zaninator.
Oh,
I made him a custom set of mugs for Christmas, and I gave him my signature on those. So
Wow,
just let him know.
what a guy.
It's glorious. I'm not a talented guy, but I'm telling you, my signature's pretty rare.
All right, and also we word from Zoom here in the chat that it's an oversized mouse pad. It's not just one of those dinky little square guys. It's a big one. But then it'll be signed. Your mug will get signed. Your hat, your shirt. We can't really sign your undying thanks, but you can imagine it there if you really want to. So that means it'll be signed by myself, Kevin BigBootyBode. It'll be signed by Blake Dazaninator Zanadine. It'll be signed by Peter Crafty Buckeye McKay. It'll be signed by Bailey Pawnox Dietrich. And just you wait for this last one. The biggest name
Oh,
of all, Carter Silky Mittens Asselford.
woo!
Yeah,
Young,
that is the young lad himself.
the young ass man, as we call him, Carter Dazzle. I can tell you though, that signature is pretty cheap to come by. Seen lots of them go around. Kid thinks
Oh,
he's
no.
famous.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
But no, but this includes. I think you forgot the most important. You get the unisex human being
Oh my gosh, I did forget about that.
of Max Scaries. That could be a female's name, not yet
Yeah,
confirmed.
it could be, yeah, that could be the signature of a grill. And I don't know about you, but like I would love that. I don't get many grill signatures.
You might see his. You're not going to see his hand on or her hand on streets today. But this person's hand, you've seen him before. It could show up again. You don't know what the rest of that body looks like.
No,
Imagine that
no.
hand will write its name on the pad for you, and you can imagine whatever body you want.
Oh,
It's up to your
I'd,
imagination what that person looks like.
I'd imagine your body, Dazzle.
Oh, thanks. I imagine this body every day. It's not quite there yet, but I imagine it.
Hey, it's getting there. All right, so what? How many more do I get to do? Two more, and then you'll do the last two?
You know what? Whoa! We still got four more. You take it away on this one. I'll leave you the grand prize. You get the grand prize.
No, no, no. You can have the grand prize. I'll do
All
two
right.
more, and you can
All
have the
right.
grand prize.
All right.
Okay, so our next level is $250. Now, for $250, you'll receive an authentic, genuine, Kickstarter exclusive SKL backpack. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. And let me tell you, with all the SKL swag you're going to have received from below this, your mouse pad, your mug, your hat, all that, you're going to need a backpack to carry around all that SKL swag. Let me tell you. Am I right?
I mean, you got to put all that swag in there, but also when you're crushing kids in SKL, you show up to the live final. You just walk in with your backpack. You pull out your SKL keyboard, your SKL mouse, because of course you're gonna make that. I'm not giving you an SKL mouse or keyboard. You're gonna just brand it yourself. Just kidding. But you want to put everything in that backpack. You may think I don't go to school. You still gotta carry stuff. You could use it as a booze backpack if you want.
Yeah.
You put whatever you want in that backpack.
As long as you are of the legal age, of course.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we here do not promote underage drinking.
No, not at all.
Be responsible out there.
And as well, you could also use it for school if you do. I know when I go to school, I'm a student. I know a couple other of SKL admins are Crafty Buckeye, Silky Mittens. Even you, Dazaninator, you're taking a class this semester as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I just don't want to brag. I might be taking a class, but I'm in school now.
Yes. Yeah. So I know I got tons of stuff in my backpack when I'm going to school. I got my new Microsoft Surface. I got pens. I got a stapler. I got textbooks. I got my lunch. I got my wallet. Tons of stuff. And let me tell you, I'd love to carry that all in an SKL backpack.
It'd be lovely. I'm telling you, backpacks have more use than people anticipate. It's gonna be nice.
I carry my backpack around all the time actually. All right, so I'm gonna do one. Oh, I got two more still. I got two more, and then no, I got one. I got one more, and then you can do the final two.
Okay.
All right. So our next level is $350. I don't know. You're thinking, ooh, like that's really getting up there in price. I don't know if I can really foot that $350. But wait till you hear what you receive. This is another Kickstarter exclusive. For $350, you will receive an SKL jacket. Holy man, let me tell you how much I would love an SKL jacket, today or yesterday, because it has been real cold out there the past 2 days. Am I right, Dazaninator?
Man, I can tell you, as a guy who doesn't own a jacket, it's
Yes.
been bloody cold out.
Yeah, I know you don't own a jacket, so you should really be at that at least that $350 level, Dazaninator. But these SKL jackets are going to be great. They're not going to be anything too fancy or extravagant because that's not really what you look for in a jacket. You know, a jacket you want it to be functional and you want it, but it'll still have some nice SKL logos on it to let people know what you represent. And maybe at some points people will. You're walking down the street in your SKL jacket, people see the logo and go, "Hey, like what's that? What's that logo? What's SKL?" That's happened to us before. Were you there when that happened to us at Original Joe's when we were wearing our shirts?
Yeah, I was. Oh wait, that was after the finals, right?
No, that was after. Believe it was
Oh,
after
Expo.
Expo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
after Expo. Yeah, we went for supper.
yeah. It's happened to us before. People will stop and say, "Hey, like, what's SKL?" And then you can stop and tell them about us. Let us know. Be like, "Yeah, and you know what? I got this exclusive jacket because I backed their Kickstarter." So you might be that person might want a jacket like that, but it's exclusive. So
And you'll look snazzy.
oh yeah, you will look snazzy as well. All this SKL stuff, it'll look snazzy. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, Silky Mittens would like you guys to know. Apparently the waitress was hot. I don't remember, but the hot waitress at OJ's asked us. It wasn't an ordinary looking waitress. So
But now he says she didn't talk to us much.
you
After
weren't supposed to read that part, Kevin.
Oh shoot. All right, I'll leave.
We gotta be under the impression that SKL gets you ladies. All right,
Or men, or dudes.
or men.
We
Right,
don't we
right.
don't discriminate.
Hey, you do you.
Oh, I do.
All right. So moving on.
Yeah, you take the last two here.
Are these mine? All right. So $500. You're thinking, man, I just got $500 kicking around. Like, what am I going to do with this $500? Well, I tell you, if you throw it towards us, we will pull you into a show match
Oh my gosh.
on stream versus the SKL admins. Now, personally, I want you to know this isn't just a Summoner's Rift where you're going to walk on and get single-handedly destroyed by me, because I don't want you to pay $500 just to get embarrassed 1v5 against Dazaninator while the rest of the admins wish they were as good as me.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
because this is a gauntlet of games. We haven't really quite discussed. It's more kind of your discretion, but it will be kind of like a best of 3, best of 5, ARAMs. We're talking dong or dash, stuff like that. We're playing it all because League isn't a one-dimensional game. All those pros, they can only play Summoner's Rift. Those guys
Yeah.
got no skill. Let's be real here.
What a bunch of plebs.
Ugh, unreal. How those guys even go pro? But on top of that, you get the backpack, jack. You get everything listed below.
Yeah.
Hey, you get a lot. So, I mean, apparently I will have to play Draven in one of those show matches.
Yeah, you will.
This is apparently decided without my permission, but
Yeah. That was decided 100% by me, by the way, because I wrote all of these myself.
yeah, and you can bring 4 of your buddies. It'll be you and 4 friends versus the SKL admins, but we can be pretty vicious. So
Yeah.
don't
Can
think
you be
we're just-
delicious though?
Oh man, not as much as them. I mean, they won. They
Yeah,
won
they did.
SKL.
Yeah, and I will be. I BigBootyBode will be solo casting this game because out of all the SKL admins, I'm the best at League, so we wouldn't want to stomp everyone too badly. So they just have me solo cast.
Yeah, like Big Booty Body's actually the skill. I'm just the ego of the group. I'm just the guy who thinks he's good, so I just trash talk and let people know I'm best. But
Clearly, yeah.
I
yeah.
take the heat. He puts the skill. Sometimes I let him on my account.
Yeah, on the old nut hands, Nutella hands.
Yeah, just to make me feel good wait, we're not boosting. No, you can't say that on here.
No,
No
no, 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 no,
boosting.
no, no.
Okay, so we're at the bottom of our list. This is
My body
this
is ready.
Can I get a drum roll? Do we got actually? You know what? We may not have drum rolls, but we do have MLG soundboards.
Oh my gosh.
And I believe you know what sound I'm looking for.
Yeah, hold on.
We need to introduce the one and the only top prize. Kevin, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. On 3, we commence. Let it go until I bring it in. Are you ready for the final prize? Go, Kevin.
Oh no, I don't
We
know.
have.
I don't know. my volume
Wow,
up.
it's
Hold
just
on.
me. We have
Here we go.
the one and only. For $2,000, we will go all out. We will fly you to our finals live here in Saskatoon at the Banana Bar on here on my sleeve here at the Mana Bar. We will fly you out to Saskatoon. We will lodge you. You will get to stay, I believe, at the Besborough. That thing is sick.
That is a nice hotel, let me tell
It's
you.
like a castle.
It
I
is
mean,
like a
it's
castle.
wicked. You want to do this proper justice. I will read your description so I don't miss any of the details. Because if you're gonna
There's
put
some
this
great
much money,
details in there.
we're gonna bring you in here. So, flown out to the finals and lodging for this donation, you will be flown out to our live finals in Saskatoon, with lodging provided from anywhere in Canada. You can be anywhere. You can be on the East Coast. You can be on the West Coast. You can
You mean
be
that
in.
in the Arctic? That as long as it's the Canadian portion of the
I'll
Arctic.
I'll bring you from Nunavut. You want to come here? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. This is the big one. We will fly you to the booming metropolis of Saskatoon because
The
we all
city
know
of bridges, baby.
this is where this is where people are. They destroyed a bridge today,
They
BB
did
Dubs.
actually.
Where you will get exclusive VIP access to our live finals held at the Mana Bar, Saskatoon's premier esports bar.
Yep.
You will also receive lodging at the prestigious
Mhm.
Saskatoon Delta Besborough
And
Hotel.
Silky Mittens just threw a link to their website in the chat. Check it out. It is a nice hotel.
Oh, it's
It is
real sweet.
swanky AF.
Exactly. And not only do you get all this, but you get to hang out with the admins all weekend long,
Oh my
which
gosh.
also means you have to invite us over to your hotel to hot tubs. I mean, no, I'm not even going to go there. We're going to keep that one under wraps. Let's not even bring that point up. But you get to hang out with the admins. What more could you want? We are the coolest people on the planet by far.
Yeah, look at these faces. Look at these faces.
We're
How do you not want
beautiful.
to hang out with that?
I mean, if you just want to hang out with me and Kevin, I can understand that. The rest of them,
Yeah.
except
Skillos
for
though.
Skillos.
Skillos. Yeah.
Skillos. You can hang out with Skillos. Maybe
Yeah.
we get to find out who the real Skillos
Yeah.
is.
Could be a girl or not.
We don't know.
Could be something in between.
It's unconfirmed. So that's all our stuff for Kickstarter. That's the most expensive. That's the 2K. Plus, I mean, on top of all that, you get everything
Oh
underneath.
my
So
gosh.
you
The jacket, the backpack, the mug, the hat, the shirt. Our undying thanks. Don't forget about that.
exactly because and even when we did fly you down here, we want you to be wearing that swag. We want you looking as good as we always do.
Yeah, look. I mean, look at us. I mean, I'm not actually wearing any SKL swag right now, but
I look like trash, but
you look fine.
I rock the trash. I make it smell good. But I mean, that's our Kickstarter. So
Yeah.
if you guys want, definitely check out our Kickstarter.
Yeah, please
I
donate.
Yeah, I believe we've got 14 days left on it. Yes, we have 14 days left.
Something
Try
like
and reach
that.
our goal of 5.5. Okay, just 5.5K.
Yeah. So were you trying to set me up to finish that, or
I was setting you up, but it's okay.
I don't know
I
if I
should have
can.
given you a heads up.
Can I say that on stream or not? I don't know.
Well, we'll leave it at 5.5K. We're just gonna leave it there.
All right.
So yeah,
Can we get one of the mods maybe throw the link to the Kickstarter in the chat again, just so it's there fresh for everyone? That would be
yeah.
sweet.
So we didn't exactly bury it the whole way down.
Yeah.
But that's it. If you want to, check out the Kickstarter. We'd really appreciate all the donations that come through. If we don't make it to our goal, we still appreciate the effort you guys put in
Yep.
for checking it out, check out the
Yep.
rewards. But I mean, we've given it time. If you guys have any questions about the league going forward, feel free to throw it in the chat. I think we covered most of what's going to happen last week. Don't really know if there's more to talk about this week.
No.
Nothing's really changed. We're still registration's still open. If
Yep.
one of the mods want to throw the link to the registration page.
Yeah. Get those teams in. You still got, I think, registration closes in just about 1 week, I believe. Does it close?
Yes, I believe it's actually midnight from a week from today, 17th.
Oh wow,
at
yeah.
midnight.
So get those teams in, everybody. Someone should throw the link in the chat, and you can head over. Check out our podcast last week for any info about the league, or just send us a question on. If you have a question, you can send it to us on Facebook, or you can send email us any questions. info@skleague.ca. Let us know if you have any questions. But Dazaninator, you wanna tell us what we're going to be doing for the rest of this podcast?
Well, because I have a big mouth, but I can only talk so much if I don't have stuff to talk about. So today I figured, what the heck? We're all into fantasy sports.
Yeah, we are.
We always make the fantasy LCS esports. We have fun with it. We did our draft Thursday night.
Yep. Yes,
Correct?
we did. Yep.
We did our own, and I thought, hey, you know what? I know when we were talking about it last week, some of the viewers were like, hey, can we join? This is your time. So we are going to try. What about carrier pigeon mail? Of course. I mean, if you want to send me your pigeon, feel free.
You can send that to my address if you want.
Yeah, fly it to me. I'll take any form of mail, just no dog crap in a bag on fire. I wouldn't I don't appreciate that kind of mail, but as far as
All
that
right.
goes. Now, sorry, to continue, we are going to run a LCS fantasy league with everyone as LCS does start this Thursday with EU kicking
Woo.
off. We
Yep.
thought, hey, let's see who's interested. So I mean, if you guys are interested in doing this fantasy LCS, throw your name in chat. We will throw the link.
Well,
We'll
here's what I think we should do, Dazaninator. I think first of all, I'll put the link in the chat, and we'll give the viewers a chance to join first. So mods, hold off for now. I know some of the mods want to get on this, but let's give the viewers a chance first, because we don't want any of them getting shut out of the league if they want it. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now, and so mods, hold off, and we'll let the the viewers in first, okay? But we'll see. I know Cadence is a little upset with that, but so for any of you wondering who's maybe watching this podcast later or now, who wants to know how fantasy LCS works, it's exactly the same concept as regular fantasy sports, such as fantasy football, which is kind of the most popular one. You do a draft, you pick players from different teams or same teams, doesn't really matter. And of course, once a player is picked, they're gone. No one else can select them, and they earn points. Excuse me. They earn points for doing certain things during the week, such as getting kills, assists. You get negative points for deaths. You get points for CS. Just stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Uh, the league we're doing is only the NA and EU LCS, and it's pretty straightforward. It's a lot of fun. I do a ton of fantasy sport. I do fantasy football, which in our league I actually defeated Crafty Buckeye to take first place this year in our fantasy football
oh
league. Yeah, so take that, Crafty. Uh,
crashed.
and then I also do fantasy hockey and fantasy basketball, and then fantasy LCS, of course. This draft will be my third LCS fantasy LCS team.
The fantasy LCS is the best way to go, though. I mean, I love it. You know what? I tell you what. For people who haven't done it, we'll give you some pointers. So I guess I will explain this. So it's a snake style. Is that the way it's
Yes,
snake?
Snake. Yep.
Thank you. Snake style draft. So it randomizes who picks first. You do the snake, so you go from 1 to 8, and then 8 to 1, and then 1 to 8, then 8 to 1, back and forth. You pick players. It's different. Like I don't know if you do a lot of these drafts where you get a certain amount of points, and then each player is worth a certain amount, and then you draft them, and that takes away over your value of points. Have you ever done that, Big Woody?
Like an auction type
Yeah,
style.
kind
Yeah,
of.
I've never actually done that.
Oh, okay. Well then, maybe it's not as common as I thought. I mean,
It
that's how I
no, it's
usually
like
done it with
it's
hockey.
people do it. People do it in hockey, and it's pretty common in fantasy football. But I've just never done it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you just pick whatever players you want. So you were required to pick a top laner, a mid laner, a jungler, AD carry, a support, a team, and
Hmm.
then you will pick a flex spot, which
Ooh,
can be any role you want, and this will be kind of your seventh person to get points for you. So as most successfully, you would want to pick someone who's going to get you a lot of points, kills, kill participation.
yeah,
So 80 carries and mids are usually pretty good for that. I mean, if teams are really good objective wise, you can take that. Then you get three sub spots. I'm sorry.
yep,
So you can pick another team, another top laner, another mid laner, but you can only have a max of two from each role. So if you pick an 80 carry and your flex is also an 80 carry, you cannot have a substitute 80 carry. So in
right,
the end, you will have 10 people you have to pick. So make sure you're prioritizing what is important to you and your team. And you got to remember, you can pick players from EU or NA. So there's 20 teams now. I'm sorry, to really choose players from. So you got 20 players from each role. There's definitely enough to go around. But what do you want most? That's what you prioritize
yeah,
most. Is
yep.
basically what the most important thing is. So, and I guess you can't pick the same players. That's the thing. Once they're picked, they're gone. You can't share players.
All right. So Xanator, because we're not ready yet here. I mean, some of the mods have been jumping the gun here, but I see a couple other viewers in the stream have said they want in, so we'll let
Oh,
them get in
I
first.
guess I should join technically and make sure I'm in
Oh,
this.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, you can join, Blake. Yeah, Crafty and Zoom jumped the gun here, and we might have to penalize them for that. Yeah, there you go. You're in. So when we're still getting this set up here, waiting for viewers to join, why don't we do? Why don't you we each give maybe like a sleeper, someone who's like, there's the obvious picks. There's your double lifts, your Bjergsons, your Power of Evils, kind of the obvious picks. But who are your? What do you think about a sleeper pick? Someone who people might be kind of underrating it, or who might be underrated going to the drafts. Who do you think?
Sleeper picks? Oh, wow. You're trying to get me to give away my strategy before we even
No,
start?
no, I
Okay.
am
You know
not.
what? To be fair, okay. It's hard. For this is what always sucks at the start of the season. Is there's a lot of people who have performed the year before, and you're like, oh man, these people are gonna do so well. And then they go into it, it's like, pfft. But it depends. I like to grab good supports early
Ooh,
on
interesting.
because kill participation I think is a really important thing for fantasy LCS. The other thing you have to remember is you get points for kills and assists, but you also get extra points once you've hit 10 or more.
Right. I didn't
So
mention that.
yeah, I like to hit those kind of. I like to pick early supports, good junglers. I mean, of course, you want to get good carries like 80 carries in mids, but I like to grab, just quickly grab myself. I've prioritized Yellow Star over the last couple of drafts we've did. The guy's always there for kills. He's always roaming, so I think picking people who like to roam and are on it's hard to say. Objective heavy teams aren't exactly always the greatest because sometimes they don't go for a lot of kills. They just like to push and the game quick. So one I will give you is if you know teams are notorious for having long games or
Hmm.
very bloodthirsty games, they are good for fantasy points.
Is that is that a sleeper?
I don't know one sleeper pick. I'm trying to think.
Just get anyone.
I'm gonna say I think as a sleeper pick, Sven Skaren.
Really? Is that a
That's because I think he's garbage. That's mostly me. I think he's garbage. But,
yeah?
okay,
If
okay.
he's your sleeper pick.
I don't know I don't know who I'd pick as a sleeper pick. Everyone I'm thinking of is like Altec. I think a lot of people overlook Altec. I think he's
Yeah,
a
that's
phenomenal
fair.
AD carry and he gets a lot of points. But I don't think a lot of people. Everyone else is like, oh, double lift, oh wow, turtle, all this. Altec is good and he's very good for fantasy points. When he
Yep.
played for well, not really Gravity, but Winter Fox, he got a lot of points, but it sucked because his team was garbage. So sometimes he didn't get as many as he should have.
Yeah, that's
Bunny Fufu's not a sleeper pick because
nope.
Bunny Fufu is better than High Silky.
Yeah, no.
High
Here's the
is
thing. No. I'm gonna have to agree with Silky here. Bunny Fufu is actually one of the sleeper picks I was gonna talk about.
what?
No, well, here, settle down, because I've done two drafts already. Um, sorry, I'm gonna say mods can go ahead and join because I don't think it because viewers have had enough. I'm gonna say last call for viewers to join. There's only two spots left, so if two viewers want to go ahead, then and there's the link. Sorry, because Bunny Fufu uh, is kind of is he's being underrated going to the split because he's not going to be starting the season. They've already said that High is going to start, and no one really knows how long High is going to play. It could be 1 week. It honestly could be the entire spring split, which I think would be really stupid of C9 to do, but it's a possibility. So Bunny Fufu's kind of a risk, but I honestly think that if they're smart, they will put him in sooner rather than later. And you can get him if Bunny was starting, if he was starting support, then he would easily be one of the top tier support picks. But since
Okay.
he's not starting, you can get him in maybe not in this draft now because we're talking about it, but I know Silky in our draft got him in either the second last or the very last round, and then in another random one I joined a random one on Reddit. Uh, I got him in the last round of the draft. And that could turn into an incredible value pick if they put him in by like week 3 or whatever. Supporting Sneaky, hopefully picking up a lot of assists. That could be a definitely a sleeper.
Yeah, I mean, you pull a Eugenie Bouchard just first pick sneaky, but
Yeah, that's not a strategy I would recommend. Oh, looks like the league is full. Can I talk about one more sleeper? Can I give an actually? I can do it. I'm gonna start the. Is everyone ready? I'm gonna put in chats. Everyone ready?
did everyone get in that wants to participate?
I guess so. It looks like it's mostly mods, but that's okay. I suppose there's really no way we can screen share what's going on in the draft, can we?
Well, yeah, I have my other thing set up. Don't worry. I'll throw it up on screen
Excellent.
as we
Okay,
live do
perfect.
it from my view, anyways.
Right, that's fine. Wonderful. Okay, I am going to start the draft. Here we go. Start draft. Yes. And note that the draft order is randomized, so we'll have to see which pick everyone's get. Oh my gosh, I never get good picks. Looks like if you can hopefully see it on Dazaninator's screen. Yeah, looks like Zoom GG has received the first pick. Lucky guy. Yeah. Hey, no, be quiet. I was last. I was dead last in our draft last week. Oh, classic. All right.
Sorry, yeah, forgot to add the old microphone onto this. That was my apologies. We're here.
All right. Hopefully it's working now. I assume you all can still hear me? So it looks like Zoom, and you know what? It's funny because to his own admission, Zoom isn't like a huge, uh, isn't like not really a huge follower of the LCS. So it'll be interesting to see what he does here with the first pick. I myself have received the fifth pick, and he takes double lift first overall.
Interesting.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah. Yeah. So, what do you think of that pick? Do you think that's a good first overall pick?
Well, Senef takes Bjergsen, which I think is a pretty good pick. But double lift, I don't know. Double lift's consistent, so that's good. I mean, I'm a TSM fanboy, so I don't know if it's always fair that I get to say this, but I mean, I think he's pretty good. But he does get a lot of points. Even when he played on COG, he brought in a decent amount of fantasy points. Now that he's going to be playing with Yellow Star, Bjergsen, TSM's got potential to put up points. And I mean,
Yep.
Bjergsen's always reliable. The guy puts up a lot of solo points.
Yep. Just to everyone who's doing the draft right now, maybe don't do your picks like immediately. Maybe let the time wind down pretty far on your picks, so to give us a bit of time to talk about the rest of the picks as we're going in here, so we're not getting behind on ourselves. Crafty Buckeye is currently up. Cadence took Sven, formerly known as Niels, 80 carry of Origin with the third overall pick, and I think that's great value. Honestly, if I had the first overall pick, I would probably take Niels first overall.
You think? Yeah, okay. You know what? That's the thing. I guess now that we're kind of into this, I guess everyone's listening. I think EU AD carries are really good to pick up because I think EU games tend to. But okay, from past experiences, EU games tend to get a lot bloodier than NA games. So picking that in, I mean, Sven is a solid AD carry. He plays on a really smart team, and
Yeah, he does, and yeah, especially since Origin is so good, you got to think they're going to be winning a lot of their games, and with hopefully Niels picking up a lot of the kills. Fourth overall to Crafty Buckeye goes Sneaky, 80 carry for C9. Not first overall as he was selected in our draft, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that pick at number 4.
yeah, I honestly this is a trend that usually goes. A lot of the carries go out really quick, so it's
Yep.
kind of like grab which one you think you can get away with as fast as you can. But that's sometimes why I like being towards the bottom. You know, I'm gonna get to I'm seventh, and then I get to pick second after. So I pick 4 parts apart. I'm gonna try and pick some up quick, but sneaky, solid guys puts up consistent numbers. Good KDA all the time. Has any of your like top choices been taken yet?
Yeah.
Power of evil.
Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know how I feel about doing this, but
Give me a rundown. What's going through your mind? Why would you pick Power of Evil this early? I'm
well,
curious.
first of all, like we already said, Origin is going to be a very strong team. And Power of Evil, when he was on Unicorns of Love, which really I would consider them a mid-tier team previously, he was still putting up points on a mid-tier team. So on the top tier team now, I think he's going to be great. As well as, I usually like going 80 carry first, but since in my first 2 drafts I did that, I went 80 carry first, so now I just kind of want to switch it up a little.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I think Power of Evil is a really good pick. Really, and you can't go wrong with anyone from Origin this split. I think.
Okay, my real question to you here is he? Because I can't remember. He's switching with
Xpeke?
Expeke, right?
Yeah, that's something that is worrying me a little here, but I think right now consensus seems to be that Xpeke isn't going to play that much.
Oh, this is garbage. I just realized anyone I'm prospecting, everyone can see what I'm looking at. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
joke is on you.
Oh man, Dazaninator. All right, well everyone's watching me. I'll first pick
Looks like
Giants as a
next
team.
next pick Silky Mittens took Forgiven, 80 carry now for H2K, former 80 carry of Gambit Gaming and SK. I think that's a good pick. I think he's gonna bounce back strong this split after having a weaker split with Gambit. But he's got a good roster around him in H2K. Otoamne, Yankos, Ryu, and Vander at support. I think that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Oh, Dazaninator, tell us about that pick.
I love Altic. I mean,
I know you.
in my heart, I don't know if anyone knows. I like Draven, so
Yep.
I usually like to pick
I
Draven
appreciate
mains
that.
in this. And I kind of fell into that hole last time. I snuck out the little freeze, but this time I figured, let him go, let him go. The Yarnan and Febivin pickup.
Good. Thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah,
See,
Zaramali not giving us any time to talk there, but that's okay.
Yarnan's pretty consistent AD carry.
Yep.
I'm not sure about the Vitality team. We'll see when they
I
perform.
think they've got a good roster.
Yeah, and then Fnatic for me is still a question mark. I
Yeah, it
mean,
definitely could be.
I wouldn't question Febivin or Reckless, but I don't know if the rest of the team is going to be able to pull together and be as synergistic as they want. So that's kind of a question mark for me.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Um, I think Hjarnan will continue to be good. He's still with his boy Kasing. They've got that synergy going. I think Hjarnan's still going to be very strong. And Dazaninator, we're coming up on your next pick here. You've got about 10 seconds left. What do
Okay,
you lean
don't put pressure on me. I don't know what I
towards?
want. As much as I crap talk. All right, I'm going with the young Jensen.
Oh,
I feel
interesting.
like C9's still gonna be a good team, especially once they integrate Bunny Fufu. I think Incarnation last split had a really rough early start, but once
Yep.
High got there, his play drastically increased. And I think now with Rush in the jungle instead of High, High was so farm heavy. He played very low mechanical champions that just required to farm and stack Devour. Now they've got Rush, who's a very gank heavy jungler. Should be able to get Jensen, or I keep wanting to call him Incarnation, going earlier. So I'm gonna stick with that. And we see
Yeah.
Silky Mittens grab the young, ganked by Mom. Do you want to talk about
Great
this a
name.
bit?
Yeah, great name. Ganked by Mom, Korean, coming over from the Jin Air Green Wings. Hopefully, if he can translate to NALCS well, if he has no communication issues or anything else like that, I think he could be very strong. Energy as a team, I think, if they mesh together well, is going to be a very strong team. So if everything works out for him, I think that's a really strong pick for Silky Mittens.
Yeah, see, this is my thing. I've been on this whole hype train that I think like EU players are gonna be. Yeah, you guys can pick it up. I don't care. You guys can pick. We can talk about it faster. Reckless getting picked up. Bodie, but I mean
Yeah,
that's
sorry, that was like, who wants to
let's
speed the picks up? Crafty Buckeye.
crafty.
Yeah, I don't know why Crafty wants to speed things up. The point of this is to slow it down so we can go slower here, but that's okay. I picked Reckless. I think he's still going to be consistent on Fnatic. Hopefully, he won't screw me over like when I picked him when he was on Elements Spring Split last year. That was really quite unfortunate, but you know. Oh my gosh, is that Caden's taking Origin already?
Man, he is riding this hype train. I'm gonna quickly see what Caden's all picked. Yeah, he's got the two OG. He's going full Origin. He's sticking with that. We
I
see
mean,
Cinna pick up Freeze,
ooh, you
which
like Freeze.
I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not sure how he's gonna do in NA. I'm still not 100% sold on Renegades.
No,
I
you know what?
think
I'm
they're gonna be
seeing
a
at
good
first.
team, but I don't know if they're top tier.
At first, I was a little questionable feeling about Renegades, but as we've getting closer to the season here, I'm starting to get more bullish on Renegades. They've been together for a long time already. Like they've been boot camping in Korea for like at least like almost immediately after Worlds. I feel like right, like they were they've been together for a while as a team, so they've had a lot of practice together. So I think they, not for sure, but they have the potential to surprise some people. I think.
Yeah, and I think that's how I feel about a lot of the NA. Like before I was talking, I feel like a lot of the NA teams, there's a lot of question marks in them, but there's so much talent in these new teams, like Immortals, NRG, Renegades. Like it makes it, I think, almost more worth picking some of these NA players.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
Yep.
EU is more of a question mark. Unless you really, I don't follow the EU Challenger Series near as much as I follow the NA,
Right.
so I don't know how good some of the teams that are like coming up are going to be. These
Yeah. Same.
rosters,
Yeah. I don't know much about like Splice or G2.
and
Like.
there's a lot of top tier talent coming from EU to NA. But at the same time, when Febiven's rookie split, I believe I took Febivin,
Yeah,
and
you
that
did.
was genius. That guy was a
No. No. No.
gold
No.
mine.
I'm pretty sure Crafty had him in his rookie
Oh, I
split.
don't know. I don't know if that was a draft I did with you guys. I did it with
Oh,
someone
okay.
else, and I think I got
Uh,
Febivin, and I got someone else from
sorry.
Fnatic.
This is an interesting pick. We see Zoom actually picked up Ramelia.
Ramelia.
That's if you ask me, that's far too early to be picking Ramelia when Yellow Star was still available and Zoom.
Kevin. Shh. Holy mackerel. I'm just kidding.
I'm
But
just
yeah.
trying. I'm not sure. Zoom and Cadence, they're both really pooping the bed here.
Oh,
Cadence
no,
taking
like
it.
Zoom just said in chat, it's a weird pick, but he's glad to see women in esports, so he picked Ramelia.
Oh wow, so he's an activist. Good. And there you and Cadence heard me talking
God
and
damn it!
takes Yellow Star right out from under your nose, hey?
And I don't
Um,
know, people
but
may have.
Cadence, he also, I don't think it maybe hasn't done a fantasy LCS draft before. He took Origin in the second round as a team, and I honestly think that is far too early to be taking your team slot. I don't know. I don't know about you. What do you think about that?
It depends. The Origin team isn't too bad because Origin's a very good team. Like, they either win quick or they go nuts. They're very objective oriented, and I mean
Right?
that's when you pick a team. That's kind of what you want for points in this. So in that respect, I think Origin was a good team to pick this
Oh,
early.
they were the. If you're gonna pick a team this early, you pick them. But I
Yeah.
still think
So
it was
I
too
mean,
early.
to justify the early pick, I feel like Origin was a good team to pick this early. But picking the team this early, I don't know about that. But it's still good.
Yeah, still good. Okay, so it's my pick, and I'm I'm under pressure here. I don't know who to take.
I got 13 seconds. I better start looking. I don't even know who the heck I want to take
Oh
here.
boy. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Hey, hey,
The
hey, hey.
notorious POB.
The young POB.
Yeah, definitely. Silky.
Oh my gosh, and Silky. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. It
Jeez.
goes for Hooney, and you know what?
Ah.
Maybe I might catch some flack for taking Pobelter when Hooney was still available. But I just think this Immortals roster, they're gonna be fighting a lot. I really don't think you can go wrong with anyone on this roster, and I think a Pobelter might be little more immune to tilting than Hooney. So I guess we'll see.
I don't know, man. This is rough. I don't really know who I want to pick here. This is always the hard part. I never know once I get down. You know what? All right, I'm gonna go with the young Mithy at
Oh wow,
support.
interesting.
Guy's pretty consistent.
Yeah, I think
He's
that's a good
playing.
pick. Yep.
Yeah, he's playing with Sven. I'm still not sold. Checking out some of the top laners and the junglers. I'm not 100% sure who I want to take. We do see Zaramali sticking with Piglet. It's his favorite
Right.
team. I mean,
Team Liquid
Piglet's not a bad pick
fanboy.
though. It's not a bad pick.
No, it'll be interesting to see how Team Liquid does with their whole 10 person roster thing. But
I know we talked about that last week. I'm
did yeah.
still not really sold on that. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to turn out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Who else got picked there? We see Zaramali also taken TSM as his team. The second best team behind Origin for sure. They're going to be a very strong team with their off-season pickups. But again, if you're asking me, I still think it's too early to be taking teams.
I agree. I don't know.
Just
TSM.
Silky Mittens is just ripping through these picks. And we see two junglers go here with you picking up Spirit from Fnatic and Silky picking up Amazing from Origin.
Yeah, I kind of was hovering between the two, and I decided to go with Spirit. I have this really bad intuition where I like to pick. I don't like to have doubles of the same team in my team.
Yeah, you're
And
really weird about that.
since I picked Mithy, I was like, I don't really want to pick Amazing. Let's give Spirit a go. So
That's well. Hey, if Spirit, yeah, go ahead. Talk about the pick.
I just gonna say, I mean, 'cause it's not like picking people from the same team is bad. I just necessarily the only thing that sucks is you gotta remember, I guess, that every team plays 2 games during the week, and there's a high chance that all your players are going to play each other. So me doing
Right.
this isn't always the smartest thing. But I mean, when I saw Spirit played pretty well when Fnatic played. I think he was one of the ones that was more consistent, but I don't really know if he was very meshing with the team. So we'll see how this goes, or if it even pays off.
Yeah, fair enough. And I, with my pick, have taken the young Hanser for TSM.
I don't like you.
Do
Everyone,
you?
I always do this to myself. I never pick top laners early, and then I'm just like, I don't think people really care about top laners. And I was leaving Hooney for a little bit. I was gonna pick him up this round, and getting
uh,
silky snatched on.
taking the young Hanser. Hopefully, we're looking this year for Hanser. Hopefully, he'll be able to evolve into Gengar and will just be a monster in the top laner for TSM.
Dude, are you telling me he's not already a monster? Because that guy is a
Yeah, well,
beast.
even more. If he evolves into Gengar, then let me tell you, he's gonna muck some people's days up.
Muck. I love it. He's got a potential to be really good. I mean, Sven Skarin, that's the only part of TSM's roster I've got a question mark on. I don't like Sven Skarin. I don't think he's terrible, but I don't think he's great.
Yeah, I'm not in love with Svenskeren.
But at the same time, I feel like he's a good fit for the team.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
A lot of people were saying, "Oh, TSM Rush, TSM Rush," but as cool as that might have been, Rush's playstyle was not a good fit for TSM.
yeah, exactly. It was hard to say, but I think he'll still do good. Even if you're on a good team, and I'm going to be bold and say TSM is going to do well.
Yeah, that's not
I,
bold.
Well, yeah, it's true. Maybe I just thought it was fanboy me coming out, but Darshan picked up by Cadence. Zion Spartan finally changing that name to Darshan.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's beautiful.
that's a good pick. As always, um, Darshan, one of the main carries of, I think will take on even more of a carry role for CLG now that Double Lift is gone, right?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I feel like Stixay's a lot more of a reserved AD carry, so maybe we will see him
Did
kind of step up in that carry role.
Did you see the highlight of his pentakill when they were doing ranked fives the other night?
Darshan?
No, Stixay.
Oh, no, I did not. Was it on Reddit?
Oh man, you should look it up. It was on Ezreal. It was insane.
I'll have to
I,
check it
I was
out.
watching it. I was watching it in my room, and it happened, and I was just shouting. And for those of you who don't know, Crafty Bucka and I live together. His bedroom's across the hall from mine, and he came into my room because he heard me shouting. I was like, "Well, like what's going on? Why are you yelling?" And it's
Yeah.
because this pentakill was just insane. Like,
Goodness, okay. I'll have to find it. It's probably still on there. I'm sure I can find it on the internet. That's the point of having the World Wide Web.
yeah, I'm sure.
Find
I'm
all
sure
that.
it'll be there.
Oh goodness, we're falling behind in some picks here. Otawamne, I think is a pretty good pick. H2K pretty much running a brand new roster.
No, they still got Otawamne and Ryu,
Yeah, but then there's still three. I'd say a majority of the roster got swapped. So
but consistent top laner. I don't know how I feel about picking Otawamne when Impact was still available because Impact's a very strong top laner. He went 2 picks later to Zoom GG, going to be one of the main carries on that new NRG roster.
who also picked Phoenix in the mid lane for Team Liquid. Both pretty solid. I mean, we saw Phoenix do some pretty crazy plays last split. He's been really consistent this whole last season. I wasn't too impressed with him at the start, but as it went on, I mean, Azir is pretty much a permaban from the guy. He's unreal on that champion.
Yeah, that quadra. I mean, I don't think we've seen that quadra kill enough times. Like they keep shoving it in our faces, but it is pretty good, if you ask me.
Now, Cinna picking up Reignover for Immortals. That's another team I guess we haven't we talked a bit about it last week, but I think they'll be pretty good. They have a pretty solid roster.
Yeah,
Adrian, Turtle, Pobelter, Reignover, Hooney. On paper, that sounds unreal.
yeah, it does.
So,
But
I mean, if
they're,
they can
they're
pull it together.
yeah, they're gonna have to. That team, they just have to make sure they don't go too crazy because that with some of the players on that roster, that's what might happen. And if that team goes on tilt, they're gonna go on tilt hard.
Yeah, and I mean, we haven't really seen Hooney go on tilt except for at Worlds, who mega tilted.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty useful or used to being successful. Nuke Duck picked by Cadence.
I think that's for what round we're in, whatever round we're in. I think that's good value getting Nuke Duck.
Nuke Duck's so weird. I feel like he's an undervalued player, but he has not performed. Like he used to be unreal when they were what was their team? Lemon Dogs.
Lemon Dogs, yep.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. He took a year off. I don't know if it was because he was banned or yeah, he was banned. Him and Mithy were banned for a year. They didn't play. Came back, and I was actually pretty excited when he was on the Rockcat roster, but he didn't really show up. Like I haven't
Yeah,
seen the
no.
Nuke Duck that we saw back on Lemon Dogs. He was really good on that team, but so I mean maybe this is a split. He just needs kind of a better, more consistent team around him. But from Vitality as well, Kasing getting picked up by Crafty Buckeye.
Yeah, I think that's a really good pick. I'm actually kind of upset because I was going to take Kasing here because he has that bot lane, already has that established bot lane synergy with Hjarnan. But you know, whatever, I still get Adrian for my support, which I'm also very happy with. As we've talked about, that team, that Immortals team, is just going to be going crazy. Hopefully, just have really high kill games, and hopefully those kills, a lot of them will hopefully be assisted by Adrian.
You're kind of going for that. Come on, please bot lane,
Yeah,
please bot
please,
lane.
Turtle, just go nuts, and Adrian's there to help him. Is what I'm hoping for.
Ah, I feel like I've kind of shafted myself on the side where I have not really picked a flex spot
Ooh,
yet.
bold. How's your team? Yeah, you got a good lineup though so far. Altec, Jensen, Mithy, Spirit. That's a strong lineup.
Hopefully, but here's this is the part where I'm always just like I always want to be like maybe I shouldn't put a carry. I don't think I've ever not put a carry in my flex pick.
Yeah, it's always usually either it's got to be AD carry or mid. I would in the flex pick, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know unless for some reason you drafted like Hooney and Impact for whatever reason. But I
I
don't know why
kind
you
of
would do that.
I kind of want to pick Fabi,
It's a little early for Fabi.
but he's
But
my
hey,
boy.
I know
He's
he
on my
plays a lot of.
boy.
I wonder why. He plays a lot of Draven. But hey, you never know. With that whole 10-man roster thing that Liquid's going for, maybe if Piglet start goes into a slump, maybe Fabi will see some LCS playtime.
All right, I'm gonna put my faith in Lay Toucan as my flex pick. Echo Fox is definitely a question mark for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how they're going to be as a team, but I do know that Keith is a consistent player. I think really the only time he had a bad time was when he played for TSM that one game. I don't necessarily think he played awful. He just had a bit of a rough game, but when he was playing with Liquid, he was pretty consistent, putting up some good numbers.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, that Echo Fox roster. I talked about on the podcast last week about Rick Fox and how I think that team definitely has good infrastructure to succeed. And you know they got the boy Frog in the mid lane. So hopefully Keith can show up. Maybe Keith, because Keith's been all over the place. You know, he's on I think he's literally been on TSM, C9, Liquid, and CLG at this point, right?
Mm,
I
yeah.
At some point, or at
Wait,
least on,
wait.
on their challenger teams, at least.
Did Keith play for CLG?
I think he was on their challenger team at one point.
Okay, he might have been. I'm not 100% sure about that. But yeah, he has made his rounds, tried out for
Yeah.
everyone, and
So
I
now,
was pretty impressed with him.
yeah,
He's super young. That's the best part.
yeah. So now that he is on a consistent team, he's the main, he's the starter on a team. Maybe he'll just maybe he will, now that he's finally on a good team, or not on a good team, but consistently on a team, he'll be able to perform fully now that he's comfortable and in a permanent position.
I don't want to break my own rule, but I think I'm gonna do it.
Go with two players on the same team. Oh
I'm gonna
boy.
pick
Oh,
Gamsu.
I was just looking at him.
I'm sorry. I pick Gamsu. I think if you're gonna pick see, this is the only time I like to break my rule is either if you get a bot lane synergy or you go jungle mid, jungle top. But at the same time, you're running the same threat where it's like, well, if they both suck, you're kind of
Yeah, what if
screwed.
they do?
But I feel like Gamsu is kind of like the same feel as Hooney. He can be a carry, and he showed that on Dig. The man, any game they won, it was usually on the back of Gamsu.
Yeah, and you know what? I believe I could be just imagining this, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that a part of the deal for Spirit coming to Fnatic is that Gamsu had to come with him. I heard they were coming as a package deal.
Oh, really?
I think I read that somewhere, and I could be wrong.
Korean mafia sticking together?
That could be it. Yeah, I could be wrong, But if that is the case, then I think they already should have some uh, already established synergy.
And I mean, that's the other thing. There's no language barriers. I know that can sometimes be a problem, but I mean, Gamsu speaks English and Korean. I don't know how well Gamsu's English is, but Spirit's Korean. They're gonna run that,
Yep.
and I think Spirit's a
Yep.
phenomenal jungle. That was another guy I was kind of hoping would make his way to TSM, but
Hmm.
once again, Svenskeren filled that spot. I don't know if Spirit would have been a good fit, but I mean, Immortals picked up by Silky Mittens. That once again, that's kind of, I think that's a bold pick. No, I don't think it's bad. I just think you don't know
It's
how the team's
bold.
gonna do. We don't really know, but like we said, their roster on paper can't be. You can't shake your fist at it.
Oh
It looks
man.
pretty good.
I gotta pick up a jungler here, and I'm really struggling with who to pick up. And I think I'm gonna make a bold pick here and go with an LCS rookie, Moon,
I
the
like that pick. I
the
think he's gonna be.
jungler for energy.
I think he's going to be good.
I hope he's going to be good. I think energy is going to be a good team. Um, he's a rookie, but he's got, they have veterans in other positions with Impact and Alltech and ganked by Mom. So I think hopefully he'll be doing a lot of ganking for those lanes and will be able to be an effective jungler for that team. In which, if all goes well for that team, they could definitely be easily top five, maybe even top three in NA.
This is why I'm pretty excited. I feel like the NA is like it's going to be the most competitive split thus far in North America.
Yeah,
So I feel
yeah.
like Fantasy LCS might get a good kick because I mean Europe was pretty close. There was pretty much Fnatic was over top of everyone else. Origin once they got there was clearly above everyone else as well. But before that it was Fnatic and pretty much there was like 4 or 5 other teams that were just battling for the same spots.
Yeah.
And that's what made it competitive. In NA it was really just like a couple top teams and everyone else was like meh. So I feel like maybe this split, that's why the fantasy points were always allotted more to the EU players. That's why they were always in the top. But Crafty taking Froggen once again for that Echo Fox team. Still kind of a question mark, but I mean Froggen's a good player. I've kind of said I feel like he's the problem that all these super teams that he builds around him don't work out.
Is it
But
you think he might be the problem? That's why none of
I
them work out.
well I just feel like undoubtedly he is a good player. I just don't know if he's the problem for his teams, if he's the factor why they're not working. But
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and
that's
see
fair.
if he pulls
Well,
points. I know
we know he can farm well.
he can, and he does pull out pretty good fantasy points. If I do remember, the young Braden SM was kind
Oh,
of riding that Froggen train last year, and it actually got him quite a few points when Elements went on their little
yep,
streak.
yep,
So I will
yep.
dominate, picked up by Cadence. I will dominate gets quite a few first bloods. He's pretty proactive in that jungle, big part of the team. So I think that's a pretty good pickup. Cinna sticking to that
Wait,
Cloud9.
here's what worries me about Dominate is that we have heard multiple people have been saying, and I believe still he talked about this on the podcast last week, that apparently the jungler for Team Liquid Academy, Dardoch, who is a part of this whole 10-man roster thing, is
Right.
apparently just killing it right now. Is apparently unreal. And just like from like reading on Reddit and other things, I've just from what I hear, this guy is apparently too good to not get a chance to play in the LCS right now. So I feel like if there's any indication that Dominate's not performing at his best level, they might throw Dardoch in. So that's one thing because I was picking a jungler last pick and I thought about taking Dominate, but that's the reason why I didn't.
Okay, fair enough. I like that. I like that. Cloud9, good team. As far as we got Apollo, solid AD carry. I speak highly of him. And then Liquid, Team Liquid, followed by that. Like we've said, 10-man roster, kind of still up in the air. Smoothie getting picked up by Senna for that support role. Once again, Team Liquid kind
Oh,
of going
and
all near the bottom here. Cadence picking up Stixay. We're kind of
yeah,
talking.
right out from under my nose. That was
I,
going to be my next pick. Was Stixay.
Stixay was your next pick.
Yep, he convinced me from that.
That pentakill
You
had you
watched
all
the
hyped.
pentakill. Oh my gosh, you gotta watch. It'll be on Reddit. They're just search like Stixay Ezreal pentakill. It's pretty disgusting. And also, I think people as a whole are kind of underrating CLG this split. I think
I
just because they didn't they didn't do much in the off season. Obviously they lost Pobelter and Double Lift, but they didn't get any big imports. They took from in house. They got Huhi and Stixay, who've kind of been in the system with them for at least a year already. And so with all the other excitement of like Energy and Immortals and these new teams and TSM importing Yellow Star and Svenskeren and getting double lift. I think CLG's has kind of flown under the radar, but they still have leftover from last season Darshan, Smithy, and Aframu, who are all very good players, and then Huhi and Stixay, who are certainly have potential, and I think with the help of the veteran players on that roster, I think they could be strong. They could be stronger than people are thinking right now.
Yeah, I have my doubts about it. Like, well, okay, I think who he is going to be pretty much the same or better than Pobelter. From just what people have said, I guess I've only seen him play a few games when they played just a little while here. Stixay, I haven't been super convinced. I haven't seen this pentakill, but I mean he plays all right. I don't know if he's got big shoes to fill, but
Oh, of
besides
course.
that, the rest of the team is really the same. And I mean, Aframu's shown he's a good player. Darshan, he's top lane. He's a carry. He's proven himself time and time again on different teams. And I don't think Smithy is as bad as people say he is. That guy
No,
was an
the guy can.
absolute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say he was an absolute monster when he played on Vulcan. Then they put him on AD carry, and then I think from there he hasn't really retained that jungle king that he used to be.
Right.
But they used to call him Dandy Light
Oh
back in the
wow,
day.
really?
Yeah.
Well, there
Back
you
I
go.
think when was that? When was that? Season 3 Worlds, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty high praise.
Cabo
Um,
Shard.
yeah, Cabochard. I really panicked there on my last pick because I was talking about CLG, and then I forgot that I had to pick, and I looked at Cabochard, but then decided I wanted to pick my team instead, which I'm already regretting because there's some other good teams still available. But I took H2K. Fnatic went just before. Both two teams in, I think those are two, H2K and Fnatic are both going to be vying for second place in EU behind Origin, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with Vitality. I think it's a three-way race for second place in EU behind Origin.
Oh, okay. So you really think that Fnatic? Ah, okay. I'm kind of the same boat. I don't know if Fnatic will do as well. I feel like Fnatic's gonna take a while to actually get themselves going.
Yeah, you just think maybe that loss of Yellow Star is just too much?
I don't know. Reckless is still really good, man. I
Yeah,
not like
he
it's
is.
Noxiac. That's his new support, correct?
Yes,
And he had a really good showing when they were at. Oh goodness, what was it?
I am Cologne.
I am Cologne. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I thought he played quite well. Oh, eccentric. No, I do not have a YouTube channel. I do stream sometimes. Yeah, I have a lot of TVs. One's my roommate's, one's mine. Back there's my roommate's computer. This is mine. It's kind of our. We have two basements, so we've basically made this basement into a man cave. So yeah, we.
WTF, two basements?
What? Two sheds? But
Two
oh,
sheds?
geez, it's my pick
You
here.
know
What?
it's your
What?
pick, right? Yeah, you got 17
Thank you.
seconds.
Two top laners taken by Zaramali,
Yeah,
Lurio, and
Lorlo and
Balls.
Balls.
Lorlo, thank you. But
Was that the first? Were those the first top laners he had taken? Yes. Oh yeah, because you only picked two of each position. Yeah. If C9's strong and if Balls can maybe bounce back a little
oh
from.
shit, timed out.
And look who you
Rats.
got. You got
I got
the
Pepe,
artist, the,
boys.
the artist formerly known as Pepinero.
No. I tried to pick KFO, couldn't do it.
Oh man, that's okay.
Watch,
Pepinero.
Pepe's gonna step up. He's gonna give me some points.
Wouldn't that be funny? The guy's constantly trying to 1v9. He's easily the best player on that Giants roster, who went under a bit of an overhaul themselves. They went under a bit of an overhaul themselves. So that, hey, it could be a strong pick. He definitely has his games where he performs well.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see, we'll see. I mean, Giants as a roster. Actually, I gotta say, Giants has had one of the rosters that I actually expected them or they by to me anyways, I think they're the team that has grown the most in an LCS split. When they came in their first split, they were
Yep.
not very good. They progressed. They went to relegations. I felt like they grew a lot as a team. They came back out of relegations looking stronger than they had been. They played well. I mean, yeah, they still weren't a top tier team, but they went from being this relegation team that I thought was okay, yeah, they're garbage, they're a free win, and by the end of the season, they were kind of proving themselves. And I felt like it was for once, it looked like the LCS was finally like pulling in a team that's like, okay, these guys aren't very good. Oh, but look at them progress as the season goes on. Okay, now that the LCS is actually making a team grow instead of just some team gets spit in there, gets their ass kicked out immediately, and then they just don't come back.
Right.
Because I feel like that's the point of having the challenger scene, and you just see a lot of teams drop out, get booted, and never come back.
It does happen. But yeah, Giants, they've kind of, despite hovering, yeah, like you said, hovering around the bottom, of the EU LCS, they've stuck around.
Yeah. And oh my goodness. Vander picked up by Silky, Huhi taken by Crafty. That's who I wanted as my other sub.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
fair.
got Ex Pepe. That's alright. I'll deal with that. I see Splee in the chat. He is very late. Splee, we are doing this with viewers and you didn't show up.
You missed out.
I'm brokenhearted, but if you guys want to do, if anyone here just joined and they joined late for this, I am more than willing to run another draft with viewers if we have the numbers. So
Yeah,
if you guys are interested in doing a draft, say something in chat. Me and Bodie will throw another one together. Try and get some more viewers in here. I know some people have come up in the middle of this. This was the whole point for it. So yeah, if there's more viewers, you guys want to keep doing it, hey, not a problem, man. That
I'd be in. Yeah,
happens.
I love fantasy sports. Talking about fantasy sports, whether it be LCS, football, hockey, basketball. I could even talk just a little baseball if you wanted me to. But oh, and there's the Bunny Fufu pick. Going a bit earlier than I have seen him in some of my drafts, probably perhaps because we talked about him earlier, and then ironically, Bunny Fufu actually goes before High, who goes next. What do you think about that?
I think that Bunny Fufu is okay. This is my hope. We talked about this lots. Bunny Fufu is a better support player than High, so I hope they phase him out quickly. So I think that the Bunny Fufu pick, in theory, should be better than High because they should try and phase out High as quickly as possible to put Bunny
Right.
Fufu in.
Yeah,
But
but it's a bit of a risk.
it's a risk. I mean, either
Yep.
way. So maybe they play 50-50 part of the split. But at the same time, as long as the transition goes well once they swap supports, then I think Bunny Fufu will be good.
Yeah,
Better good.
I think he will be as well. And let's see, how many picks are left here? We got 2 picks left, right? So really, we're just right at this point. You're just rounding out your bench. I think it's usually recommended that you get because you only have 3 bench spots, which means you can only back up 3 out of your 5 positions. And I believe it's usually but you have a flex as well. So there's only one position you can't back up, and it's usually recommended that you don't get a backup support just because they usually, as a position, get on average the least amount of points in fantasy.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so it's usually recommended that you get backup top, jungle, mid, and ADC, and just kind of rely on your one support. But
Hey, you could be the legendary guy who throws a support in his flex pick.
you could be. Hey, it could happen. It could happen. And some people, I guess, as Cinna should have 2 supports already because I doubt he's. Yeah, Cinna has Bunny Fufu and Smoothie, so it's definitely. I'm not saying it's not a. You can take 2 supports if you want to, and for and one of the reasons why you might do that is when you're taking a guy like Bunny Fufu, where you don't know if he's going to play as much.
Yeah. Okay. Time out. I'm gonna try and ask. Eccentric, do you play League of Legends at all? I appreciate the support. Actually, yeah, it's huge. So thank you for stopping by, even if you have no idea what we're talking about. Definitely
Yeah,
appreciate watching. But we're drafting. It's a fantasy draft for the NA and EU LCS, the competitive leagues, the global competitive leagues, I imagine, for League of Legends.
NA and EU.
Yeah, LCS stands for League Championship Series.
Yep.
It's the North American one and the European one. These are the players. Same way as fantasy sports, but
Yeah. Yeah, the not the young, maybe the old at this point. Diamond Proc's going there to
yeah, that guy,
Crafty.
he's been around. He's been around.
He's been around the block a couple times, but maybe on a new team, U of L, they've got a couple new players in there. Maybe that could go well.
I
At least, and
even
I'm sure that'll be Crafty's backup jungler. So I think that's a fine background pick. U of L, I think they're kind of going to be probably a mid-tier team in.
yeah, they're a huge question mark for me. I don't
Yeah.
really know.
All right, here's a pick I don't know much about. Is Emperor AD carry for G2, and I don't know much about the G2 roster. I know they have Kickus top. Is it Trick jungle? Yeah, and he's a Korean import.
All right, so they have Trick, Kickus, Hybrid, Tornel, or sorry,
Per,
Hybrid, Kickus, Trick, G-
per,
Perks, and
Perks, yeah,
Emperor. Sorry.
yeah. Okay, that's. And now that I haven't thought about much of that team, but now hearing that team as a whole, if Kickus translates to top lane, that's actually a pretty decent sounding roster.
Yeah, I don't know. It's another one of those weird. I don't know too much about it. It does. Like, I mean, Emperor played really well once he came to North America
Yeah,
and
when
started
he
playing for
finally showed
TDK.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, like they actually looked like a really strong team with him, Ninja, Seraph. Like they looked good. I mean, when you're already 1-9 or 0-9, it's kind of hard to pull it together.
Yeah.
So that's really the hard part. But I mean, oh, we see Silky Mittens take Steel back.
Yeah,
I
for
think that's I think Steelback got a lot of unnecessary hate when he played on Fnatic. A lot of people were like, get rid of him, bring in Reckless, like he's garbage. Like, I mean, it's kind of I thought he played well. He fit the role of the team at the time.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is that that team was, that team was even without Reckless. That team was so good. Febivin, Reignover, Huni, Yellowstar. They were all so good. And Steelback, all he really had to do was clean up kills, but he did consistently lose lane, which was, I think, kind of where people were started hating on him. And no, I don't think he deserved all the hate. All the hate he got, but I do think some people were kind of on the opposite side saying, "Oh, we don't need Reckless. Keep Steelback." No, Reckless is definitely a huge upgrade from Steelback, but I do agree that Steelback probably didn't deserve all of the hate that he got.
Yeah, I okay, I agree. I mean, on the international stage, he did get dumpstered. Oh, okay, so Eccentric is not a PC gamer. So what do you play, Eccentric? What's your
Ooh,
jam?
all right. Hey, so I see you just took your team here. What do you want to take in
Uh,
that NRG?
I jumped around Vitality and NRG. I was like, pick Vitality, never heard of them. They're from EU. I don't have anyone. But then I was like, you know what? I feel like NRG is going to do well. And just in case CLG is a falter, because I feel like a team slot is kind of like bonus points. Like, I feel like that's
Right.
kind of like where it's like, oh my gosh, like, where can I pick up points? So if NRG actually turns out to be better than CLG, I feel like I can fill that spot. Because I don't really, at this point, I don't know if there's anyone good enough that's better than anything else I have to really
Yeah,
fill.
that's true.
Because
I'm just going for backups here. See, now my strategy would be I personally, you do you, but I personally would not take a second team. Although since you waited pretty long to take a team and took CLG, yeah, I guess that's maybe you do wanna maybe taking two kind of uh, wild cards and picking the one that performs better. Hey, that's probably a viable strategy.
all right, I'm gonna go with KFO.
Oh, nice.
It's my second time I picked him. I don't know. I feel like he'll be all right.
Yeah, people seem to be coming from Korean Challenger. From what I mean, I don't watch or really know much about Korean Challenger, but from what I've heard and read, apparently this guy's pretty beast-like in the top lane in Korean Challenger. So maybe he could be the next Huni.
Hooney, Hooney, Hooney.
KFO,
Man,
KFO.
I swear if there's not Hooney chance at the NALCS, I'm gonna be sad.
Oh, I don't think you really have to worry about that. I'm sure it'll happen. I'm
Oh,
sure it'll happen.
it's
We
beautiful.
actually see Zaramali had interesting last two picks there. Alex Ish. I know you don't you're not a fan.
I feel like he's done. He should be Denezo.
He should be Denezo Gaming.
He should be part of Denezo Gaming because
Yeah,
I don't think he. I just don't think he's got the competitive edge like he used to.
yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Silky. Sorry,
Oh, you wanted the young Shook.
I wanted the young Shook. Oh my gosh. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know. Alex Ish. Yeah, I don't think he'll fully return to his former self, like the guy who was just destroying Korean teams back in season two. But you never know if he even gets to three-quarters of that. That's still pretty strong. So, and at this late in the draft, why not take a chance on that, right?
Might as well. What the
Might
heck?
as well. And geez, I'm upset that that's
It's
like the
throwing you
third time.
off.
It's like the third time that someone has just been swiped from
It always
under
just
my nose.
bites me in the butt, man. I just.
Just makes me salty. And see, and now I'm rushed, and I don't know who to take for a backup jungler. I'm gonna
You're
take.
rushed to find a jungler?
Yeah. Oh, that was a very last second pick
Trick for two or
for
G2.
G2. Yeah, the guys
Not
who we
bad.
just talked about not knowing a whole lot about.
I mean, you didn't have much for options. I think honestly, the only people I've really ever heard of is Hard and Trashy. I've heard good things about Hard.
Air
I feel like Trashy
and
didn't quite perform.
Airwax
Yeah, and
for Rocket.
Airwax, which is question mark. I still don't know about him.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I don't think Rockets roster. They actually. I'm surprised they put together the roster they did for how last minute it was, but I don't think they're going to be forming that well in EU. So hopefully, I'm banking on G2 being stronger than Rocket with that pick.
Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. I I know we talked about this a bit, and I know people are kind of on that H2K hype train. I don't think they're going to be as good as everyone thinks. You just talking
Really,
about Rockhat. I don't know, man. I feel like that team's still a question mark.
I think that team has got a very strong roster. H2K.
I agree. Like, I just feel like that's going to be one of those teams that's got a lot of people, but I don't know if they're going to be as good as everyone thinks.
That's fair. Oh,
On
you see your
paper,
you see your boy Fabi just got selected.
Sinna taking the young Fabi. See, that was the other thing. Is he part of the 10-player roster?
Yep. Yep.
Nice. I would have picked
So you
him
never know
there.
if Piglet starts underperforming, you never know. He could go in, or if they just really need someone to play Draven.
Well,
It's a
I mean,
definite possibility as we're
I
getting into the last pick here from Zoom GG.
I think that. Time
What?
out. I'm trying to think. It would be nice. I'm just trying to think. It would be nice because I can't think of anything. It's just Fabi and Freeze. I know that the Turtle used to play Draven all the time, but it's
Yeah.
just Fabi and Freeze now, pretty much.
Sneaky has played some Draven as well.
That's true. That actually gets me excited.
Yeah.
I love to see me some Draven. I don't care who plays. I have the lowest evaluated team.
Ha ha, classic. And looks like right now Silky has the highest. Interesting. Who does he have? Yeah, he's got a strong team.
The
Um,
people have no estimated points either usually means they're subs.
yeah, yeah. Also, a lot of people like to look at the estimated points and be like, "Ooh, I'm projected to win." But as someone who is a veteran of fantasy, of years and years of fantasy sports, let me tell you that the projected points mean absolutely nothing.
Not a darn thing
Not a
because
darn thing.
it completely depends on whether people are going to pull their butts together or not.
Yeah, it's like there was some fantasy football, projections this year. I forget who it was. It was like I had my one of it was something like I had a quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, going up against the worst rated pass defense in the league, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a great day for this quarterback, right? And then he just pooped the bed. So yeah, you can't. You can just never predict things. Anything can happen, and so you can look at the projections and say, "Oh, I'm projected to win," but in the end, it just doesn't. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
it's That's the thing. So they usually people who come into the LCS and they don't know anything about them, they usually rate them kind of low, and then when they break that expectations, is like, thank you, thank
Yep.
you. It's that risky payoff. Gamster's rated at 26. I don't. The guy played for Dig. Screw Dig. Did anyone actually put any Dignitas players? Oh,
Yeah.
Zoom has
Apollo
Apollo, but I
and
think
Kiwi
that's
Kid.
better.
Zeramali took Kiwi Kid as well.
Yeah, I think those are really the only good pickups for them. But man, looking at these teams, I feel like I really got shafted. I feel like I'm gonna get dumpstered.
Really? Let me look at your team here. Let's talk. We can talk about our teams here. Looking at your team.
I mean, my first
Oof.
week, I'm against the young, no jokes allowed. Otawamne, Rainover, Bjergsen, Free, Smoothie, Real, Cloud9.
That's a pretty good team. If Freeze shows up for Renegades, if Renegades as a team shows up, that could be strong. And I think really you did kind of shaft yourself, waiting to take a flex pick. Is that it? Because Keith, I don't know how I feel about him as a flex.
Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I believe in Late Toucan. I think he'll pull through. It's either him or Pepe at this point. So,
Yeah, that also hurt you, that one pick, the Pepinero. But hey, Pepinero could be a good matchup based starter if he's got a strong week. If he's playing against two of the weaker teams in EU, then he could be a good matchup based starter.
I already dropped Pepinero.
Oh my, did you actually?
Yeah, I just dropped him and picked up Perks for G2. I'm gonna give up. I'm
Oh,
gonna give
nice.
Perks the young benefit of the doubt.
That's good. That's like a good sleeper pick. A good sleeper pick. Uh, let's look at my team. I thinking of a name on the spot. I just went with C9 is trash. Even though Pawnox, the C9 fanboy, isn't even in this draft, it's just kind of where my mind went. Maybe I'll change that later. But I'm going up against Crafty's squad, the young Crafty Buckeye, and he's got a pretty strong looking team. So as Svenskeren, Froggen, Sneaky, Kasing, Wild Turtle, and Fnatic. Really, the only one where I'd fault him is Froggen. That's not the strongest starting mid laner, but he's still a good team.
Man, what if he did? What if Echo Fox just comes out of the gate first place team?
Hey, you know what? I talked about Rick Fox and why he's going to be good for the team and good for infrastructure, so it could happen. I
Hey,
mean,
I
it's
mean
so
your team's looking pretty solid though. I would.
my team
Yeah, I wouldn't count you. You also have. Oh no, never mind. Silky Mitts has the highest projected points. Now that I look at it,
by a lot.
man,
Yeah,
that's actually
but
pretty stellar lineup. Besides
it's
Fox, I don't like
because you
Fox.
know what? It's because all Unicorns of Love players have huge projected points for the first week because they're going up against Splice and Giants, who are most likely going to be the bottom two teams
Oh yeah,
in the EU. So Fox normally probably won't be projected to get 45 points because that seems like a lot.
yeah. Yeah, and then
But still, he does have a very good team, I think.
yeah,
The
I
only
guess. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only point I'm worried about on my team is Moon in the jungle, just because he is a rookie for energy and new team, so that could go either way. It's a little sketchy, but hopefully he steps up.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that man, I'm just too excited. I'm too excited. I love this fantasy LCS, but after we do these, I'm just stoked to see the first week. But the thing that sucks is I'm such a TSM fanboy, but I don't like losing in fantasy. So I'm just always like when TSM plays someone, I'm like, go TSM, but don't kill that guy.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
kill him.
it's hard. It's yeah, you got to cheer for your team, but you also want to cheer for your players. That's the eternal struggle of fantasy sports.
And I mean, that's the worst. I picked Jensen. I have to cheer for a Cloud9 player.
Ugh,
At least I was
ugh.
smart enough not to pick any friggin' garbage Team Liquid players.
Oh,
I'd probably have to reconsider myself if I saw a Team Liquid.
shots fired at Silky Mittens and Zaramali.
That's okay. I feel like I've earned it for the amount of salt I've had to take from those two. I'm pretty sure they're still butthurt about TSM putting them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we see Silky Min's team. He's embracing it with the name Forever Fourth.
At some point, you just have to accept it.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
But I mean, that's been a wrap. I guess we got our fantasy draft done. As far as this is, I'm trying to think.
Do we have anything
That's
else to cover? Any other questions in the? Throw any other questions in the chat if you have them. Again, like Dazzle was saying earlier, if there's any other viewers who want to do another draft with us, we'd definitely be open to that. So let us know if you want to. Or if you just need people to join a random one, we don't even need to do it on stream. We could just do one for fun. If you're
exactly.
looking for people to, because I know there's not really there's no option. See, most I can go to NFL.com during the league and just find just a list of random leagues I can join. Um, but LCS is a little different. They don't have an option for that. You have to get a direct invite to any league, or you have to create your own and then invite your own people. So it's harder. It's a bit harder to join leagues for LCS.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess yeah. I'm just so stoked, buddy. I'm scrambling. I'm so excited for this. So stoked. But yeah, I mean, and then that's the other thing. If you guys even want to just practice and do other leagues, make sure you guys check out the forums and stuff. You can find so many random leagues to join. But if you guys want to do one with us, let us know.
Yep.
None of us are gonna say no.
Yep.
But
So what LCS starts? What the
Thursday.
Thursday, the 14th, and that will be EU, correct?
EU goes Thursday, Friday, and then NA goes Saturday, Sunday. And I mean,
Oh,
what
and
better way to kick off the NALCS than
you
a
know
CLG versus TSM game?
what time does NALCS start?
I actually have it up right here. 11 a.m. is when it starts for EU.
Okay,
On
that'll be
and
Central Standard Time.
I believe so.
Right. So we're talking in Saskatchewan time here.
Oh, no, it should be 11 a.m. Saskatchewan time.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I believe we've got 2 p.m. on Saturday. TSM and CLG play.
You know what? I work all day on Saturday.
I'm up my grandparents' move, but I will probably bring the old phone and kick into
Yep.
3G and watch.
Yeah, I will be too at work. Hopefully, if I can get away with it. Because I
So,
want to. Let me tell you, I want to see that. I really want to see that TSM versus CLG game.
oh, it's gonna be good. Double up versus the old team.
Yep. It's
But
and there'll be a lot of salt coming from whatever team loses. I'm sure.
yeah, but I mean, okay, we done. I don't know what else to do. We've got that out of the way. I guess that's really it that we got for you guys this week. I mean, it's kind of a shorter one, even though it still went an hour and a half.
Yeah, no, that's
Uh,
okay. I think we're gonna. I think we mentioned on the last one. We're gonna try and make these podcasts a weekly thing. I'm not sure what we're gonna do for it next week. Uh,
yeah, I will
maybe
be out of
maybe we'll
town,
do
but
a recap of week one of LCS.
yeah, we'll go over some LCS stuff. We'll talk. Registration will close on Sunday, so we can have a look at some of the teams that
Right.
have been registered. Maybe look over that. Um, I I'm gonna shoot for Sunday for the podcast because I'm gonna be out of town Saturday, Sunday. So we'll try to do it Sunday night. If Sunday night does not work, I will try and figure something out. But I'm pretty
All
sure
right.
Sunday night
We'll get something
we'll
figured
make
out.
sure it's out. But thanks guys for tuning in.
Yeah. Hey, remember to check out our Kickstarter. Go donate.
Yes,
If someone could throw the link to actually, you know what? I can throw the link in the chat here.
check out if you want to be a backer for a Kickstarter, we'd greatly appreciate it. There's some really cool exclusive stuff we've got for you guys if you're wanting to back that. So make sure to check that out. Any last words, Big
Uh,
Booty?
nope. Just thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I always love talking about fantasy LCS or fantasy sports anything. So I've had a good time. Thanks for having me, Dazzle.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and that's the other thing, I guess, coming forward, if you guys ever want to play even just League with us, make sure you guys add us. Pretty much all our names, our caster names, our account names.
Yep.
So, do we sell SKL mugs? No, Splee, you have to be a backer. That's an
You have to be
exclusive
a
thing
backer.
for
Yeah.
our Kickstarter
Yeah.
back. If you want a mug, man, you got to be a backer. I'm sorry.
That $25 level, you got to get there.
Yeah, man, but remember, you can drink your own piss out of it if you want.
Yes. Don't forget that. That's the most important part.
Always, always.
Yeah.
But like once again, thanks to everyone for coming out. We'll try and hopefully see you guys next week. I'm not sure who's going to be guesting on the show, but maybe we'll see Kevin Big Booty Buddy return. Maybe we'll have some new people. But thanks for coming out, you guys. Take care, stay safe, enjoy the weekend. Make sure to watch some LCS. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Stay in school, kids.
Hey, yeah, don't do drugs.